Hi, hello, and so many of you have been asking if I would just film what I eat in a day, and obviously no 2 days are the same, especially when you're on holiday like I am here in Italy, but the principles are the same, so I thought I would just share with you breakfast, lunch and supper. Although I don't often eat breakfast, to be honest. I do when I'm on holiday, but usually I have 2 meals a day. I link it to just brunch and supper. But anyway, the principles are pretty straightforward. So I start the day with a bit of rehydration. So that means a couple of large glasses of water first thing. And actually what I've been doing in this heat is I've been much more aware of my electrolyte balance, and this is the balance of minerals, particularly when we wake up in the morning, because we lose a lot of moisture overnight when we sleep. So that's why it's really important to rehydrate. So what I do in the first sort of half glass of my water that I'm having is I put in about half a teaspoon of salt, and I'm using a sea salt. Or you can use like a rock salt, a Himalayan salt that has more of the trace minerals in it than just standardized table salt. So I've got a little bit of salt in there, and then a squeeze of a fresh lemon. And lemon is a really good source of potassium, so again it's giving you a little bit of a mineral content, and that's just a really refreshing way to wake the whole system up at the beginning of the day. Tastes fine actually, it's not too salty or not too sharp. So then for breakfast or brunch, as you probably know, I try and focus on really healthy fats. So many years ago, I ditched the traditional morning breakfast of cereal and toast or croissants or carbs, muffins, all that kind of thing, because the idea is to really try and stabilize and flatten the glucose spikes. So for me, that means starting with some healthy fats and some protein. So that means, for me, the best choice is an egg or a couple of eggs, scrambled. You can make them into omelettes, fried eggs, boiled egg, really simple. That is my absolute favourite thing. So I'll have that usually mid-morning. I try and do intermittent fasting. So if I've eaten quite late the night before, I won't try and eat anything until maybe 11 o'clock midday. So I've got my egg, again, with just a little bit of salt. And then I've got to have my probiotics. So this is a bowl of yogurt, but it's not just any old yogurt. No, this is actually 2 different local live yogurts. And when you travel, it's a really good idea to try and get some local yogurt, because that contains lots of beneficial bacteria, which are unique usually to the region where you are staying. So they may well have some kind of protective benefit for the digestive system. So I've got 2 different types of plain yogurt that I just bought from the local supermarket, and I managed to find 3 different kinds of kefir. So I've just used a splash of each. So this has got so many different beneficial bacteria in here. So just a little bit is all you need. You know, things like kefir are so concentrated, you just need a teaspoonful, and that's going to give you many, many, many beneficial gut bugs. So into that, I will put maybe something like some soaked chia seeds. So chia seeds are great, they're a good source of minerals, they're high in protein, but they can be a bit upsetting for your tum if you just eat them plain. So I soak them. This was actually a tip I learned from my daughter Brella. So I keep these in the fridge, and then I just spoon some of these into my yogurt. And they also swell up, so they help to keep us feeling fuller for longer. And then this is my seed mix. So this is sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, I've got some linseeds. You can add flaked almonds, you can add chopped up hazelnuts, walnuts, whatever you like really. That just gives it an extra bit of protein, it gives you some texture, some prebiotic fibre, and a really lovely crunch. And then just top that with whatever local or seasonal fruit you can get. So these are blueberries, obviously rich in anthocyanins, which are the skin-saving antioxidants. You could use frozen berries, you can buy them in bulk, things like blackberries, blueberries, raspberries, or you might have local fruits. And there you go. So that is my breakfast bowl, and that is essentially what will keep me going till the next main meal of the day. So for lunch, I will have something really light and protein-based usually. This is just a really simple salad. I pop together some avocado, a little bit of cheese, tomato, basil. It's kind of a bit like a tricolore, isn't it? If you had mozzarella, you could do mozzarella, tomato and basil. And that is just a really simple, fresh snack. Don't often have lunch, to be honest, because often brunch rolls into one meal, but if I am, then I'll choose something light, maybe with some chickpeas on the side. Love chickpeas. This is a great recipe, actually. It's very, very simple. I've just marinated them in a bit of extra virgin olive oil with some fresh lemon juice and some mint and a little bit of salt. Really good. Chickpeas are excellent. They're a very good source of protein, not quite a complete protein. They are lacking the amino acid methionine. So if you're a plant-based eater, it would be a good idea to eat chickpeas with something like quinoa, as that contains methionine. But chickpeas have a really good mineral and vitamin composition. They are very good for B vitamins. And then lastly, I might try and chuck on a little bit of fermented foods on the side. So maybe a bit of sauerkraut, a bit of kimchi. I found these great pickles. Love a nice pickle. So that will be my lunch. Yum. And then for the evening, you may have seen me prepare these on my Instagram. These are courgette flowers. Love these. It's a real Italian delicacy. You stuff them with a bit of mozzarella, basil leaf, bit of anchovy, and then it's a flour, egg and breadcrumb mixture. Fantastic as a snack or as a starter, really Italian. Then I'm going to have another dish that I actually made on Instagram. You may have seen it. It's up there as a little video clip if you want to follow along. This is my version of chicken Melonese. It's a very thinly sliced chicken breast, pan fried with a bit of parmesan, really good, served with a wedge of lemon. I've got some salad, cherry tomatoes, chopped tomatoes I think work really well with chicken. You can have this hot or cold, a bit of cucumber and some green beans. And then to finish, I don't really have a very sweet tooth, but I do love cheese. And here in Italy, there's some great cheeses. This one is a Pecorino with truffle. See those lovely dark truffly bits. So I've got some slices of that and some seasonal greengages, which are around at the moment. Oh, and not forgetting, obviously, because it's the evening, nice glass of wine. Cheers.